Hello, welcome back to Property Spy. This is the channel where we appraise properties, we look at properties, we look at some contracts, and we find those needles in the haystack and we expose them to teach one another how we should be investing and how to protect the monies that we have. Because no one has unlimited money, and what you have, you should look after properly. Now today, we shall be looking at a property in Nottingham. So this property, St Albans Road, shall be going to auction in the coming days. I looked through quite a few properties in Nottingham over this period. As I said last week, one of my clients decided they wanted to invest in Nottingham because of the prices, and they felt their money will go further there compared to the southeast. Now today, this property is a semi. I've just literally gone to the Auctioneer's website and I've picked up the one that I saw from another site that collates different properties going to auction. Anyway, so this is the one that I'm looking at, 3-bed semi-detached residential property. It's in need of full refurbishment and is a short distance from the town centre. That's all good. One of the reasons I looked at it is that the guide price, 125 grand. I didn't want to go for anything too low because they tend to have major issues. Either the area just can't command much higher than what's in it's on sale for, or the demographics in the area just would not suit a decent investment. So with this one, it ticks quite a few boxes without looking at the figures yet. So what are the boxes? It needs refurbishment, which means that you can add value and potentially, when you finish the work and put it back on the market, you would make a profit. That's the idea. It's a semi-detached, a 3-bed, and it's going to auction, and the price seems relatively low. So what do we look at? All right, so we look at the marketing materials and all the particulars, and then we don't fall for stuff like ideal opportunity for owner occupiers and investors and stuff like that. These are all sales things, and these are all words designed to make you rush to the auction. But of course, if you've been following this channel for a while, you would know that at the very least, any property that's going to auction, you should get a solicitor to read the legal pack and everything. Now, I don't have access to the legal pack on this one, but it doesn't prevent us from doing the figures and deciding if it's worth making an additional phone call to get the legal pack from their solicitors. All right, so £125,000. You can obviously appraise it on Valap, but I think with this one, before we even go into Valap, we can just do some really high-level checks. If we go into Rightmove, so this is something you can do. What's the postcode? NG6 9FS. NG6 9FS. Okay, what's in that area? Postcode only. Let's do a search there. All right, so it's the same property that comes up. All right, not ideal. So what you do next is, if you can't find any properties, similar properties within the same postcode, you just gradually increase the radius that it searches. Okay, so I've increased it. Now I've got 6 results. From the 6 results, we've got this top 170 grand. All right, so this looks a bit more like what we have on our hands there. So that this is a 2-bed, and it's within 0.16 miles, so it's fairly close, and the range here is 170 to 180. Okay, you'll probably set it for close to 170. What's this one? This is a 3-bed, 200. Right, so that property we're looking at is a 3-bed, so perhaps it's something between 170 and 200 grand. Not bad. Was this on 2-bed? Quite a few 2-beds. Could that be because the market there can handle, or the demand is highest for 2-beds, or 3-beds just don't come on the market often because people snap them up? What's this one? Sold subject to contract. Let's see what this one is saying. Oh, it just changes the pictures. Okay. So that's 245. That's not bad. Okay, 190, 40. Right. So if this is the case, this is on the same road, St Albans Road. All right. So looking at that, the price may not be that bad. Okay. Let's go into the pictures. Luckily, this auctioneer has got quite a few pictures. Okay, that looks all right. Okay, so that's the entrance there. Yeah, it's full refurbishment. That's no word of a lie there. That. Okay, so it's got the boiler. You might be able to rescue that boiler. You probably remove the stair lift if your market is family. Right, so that wallpaper will probably have to go. Okay, so as you can see, you go through the pictures, this needs complete gutting and starting again. What else? Do we have a floor plan? It's got no floor plan. Okay. All right, so that's N69FS, and then next thing you do, you look at sold house prices. NG69FS. Let's do the view. Okay, October last year for 200,000 for a bed. Bed sold for 135 in 2019, so things have gone up quite a bit on that road. Okay, 2018 was 157. Alright, perhaps that 340 needed work. Is that the same one yet? No, 348. Let's go 348. Can we see 348? Okay, 348. Alright, okay, so that gives us an idea as to what things are selling for on that road. So £200,000 October last year, just a few months ago, and prices have crept up since then. So you might argue that 200,000 or above 200,000 is possible on that road, but that's the highest anything's gone for on that road. So you'd be pushing the top price for that road. Okay, also prices over the last year were 26% up on 2018's peak of 158. Okay, so let's go to Zoopla. I like you looking at Zoopla for predicted house prices. Now, Zoopla will give you a price, but it might as well be a guess because you cannot rely on Zoopla's figure, but it'll give you an indication as to what to expect, and often sellers use that to pitch their prices, anchor their prices to what Zoopla says, and then you have to negotiate that once if you're a purchaser, but clearly it's good if you're a seller. So in this case you will be a buyer, and then once you've done the work you will be a seller. Here, estimated price range is 165 to 247. That's quite a massive range. And our property is 348. If this property hasn't sold in a long time, why not to be able to get anything that's current? 348. Wow, to 212. All right, so I think on that basis, and just looking at the different sources, so there's Zoopla, there's Rightmove, and just general indication from open market prices, I think it'd be fair to say you'd probably get around £200,000 for this. Okay, so in that case, at a guide price of 125 and an end sale value of 200,000, what are the things to look out for? Now, I can tell you categorically that if you plug this through Valap, it will tell you that it's not a deal, because you've got all the usual expenses to factor in before you go into this transaction. What are the things to factor in? You need to factor in your stamp duty, which you have to pay potentially, and you might have to pay the enhanced stamp duty if it's not your first property. Then you also need to factor in the cost of purchase, so legal costs, broker fees, agent fees if you're paying agent fees and stuff like that. And then you have to pay for the works. For something like this, how it looks, you should budget at least £30,000 to £40,000 for it. And if you put down £40,000 on this, you're already at 165. So 165 or 200,000 less 165 is £35,000. So £35,000, you've got your when you come to sell, you've got the agent fees to pay. Let's say they take five grand. So you're left with about £30,000, give or take. So there is potential there. But if you aren't able to sell and you have to refinance, then you don't really have much of a margin. Let's say there's 10-20 grand in this, if provided you're able to purchase it at 125. Looking at this property, I think there will be a lot of competition for this in the auction room, because it's not a terrible deal, and there's obviously a lot of potential. I wonder what the rear is like if you want to do an extension, but anything extra will cost a lot more money. So you might just want to do something similar to next door. Just get it nice, get it clean, fix it up all internally, look at the roof, make sure there are no issues with the roof, and then just get it back on the market as quickly as you can and see if you can jump on the upward trajectory of all prices in the UK. So on this one, I think, if you're into a quick one, you could go into the auction, have a look, and try and get complete the purchase as close to the guide price as possible. That's what you need to do. I think you might be able to get more than £200,000 for this. I'm not sure what this area is like, but as you can see, Zupa's got this average at 200,000, and some are estimated at 211,000, and these are close to that property. This is about 2 doors away. So that's it. Oh, this was next door, 122. Yeah, but I don't think this is a right. So that's it from me this week from The Spy, and thank you once again for joining me. If you have any questions, do post them in the comments. I do respond to every single one, and if there's anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to spy on, do let me know. Thank you very much for listening. Catch you later.